A U.S. College Accrediting Agency Guide. Chapter 1. College Accrediting Agency Guide. College Accreditation Guide. Accreditation is the process of quality assurance for schools and colleges. A higher education authority than the colleges examines them to determine whether they pass their standards of education. This is done to ensure that graduates meet the professional requirements of the profession they're studying. The main accreditation database is at the U.S. Department of Education's Office of Post-Secondary Education. The USDE does not accredit educational institutions and/or programs, however, they publish a list of nationally recognized accrediting agencies that they determine to be reliable authorities as to the quality of education or training provided by the institutions of higher education and the higher education programs they accredit. They also recognize state agencies for the approval of public post-secondary vocational education and state agencies for the approval of nurse education. ope.ed.gov/accreditation/search.aspx, accreditation search school. nces.ed.gov/college navigator, college search tool. ed.gov/admins/fina id/ac-cred/index.html. Accredited schools list at westat.com. 888-247-8269. There are many books that come out every year that list American colleges and universities, but the master one is the one sanctioned by the Council on Higher Education Accreditation, CHIA.org, called the Higher Education Directory, published by Higher Education Publications, hepinc.com. This list is available at the website chia.org. In Canada, there are several books on Canadian colleges and universities, and Maclean's magazine publishes a list every year in one of its issues. Just go to the following organization where you'll see a list of all the legitimate colleges and universities in Canada. Some post-secondary educational institutions and programs elect not to seek accreditation but nevertheless may provide a quality post-secondary education. Association of Universities and Colleges of Canada. 350 Albert St. Number 600. Ottawa, on K1R1B1. 613-563-1236. Fax, 613-563-9745. info@aucc.ca. aucc.ca. For the rest of the world, your best bet is either of the two books put out by Palgrave Macmillan. Commonwealth Universities Yearbook, based on membership in the Association of Commonwealth Universities. International Handbook of Universities. Unfortunately, there is no one worldwide accrediting agency for higher education. The International Association of Universities at unesco.org/IAU is about as close as you get, but it's full of holes due to lack of funding. There are a bunch of different accrediting agencies. Anyone can start a fake one to try to fool the people. In the United States, the master accrediting agency is the Council on Higher Education Accreditation, chia.org, but there are several other regional accrediting agencies. For all intents and purposes, the two major accrediting agencies in the United States that all the others answer to are U.S. Department of Education, ed.gov. Council on Higher Education Accreditation, chia.org. The major accreditation reference book is the Annual Higher Education Directory. Getting a degree at an American university and having it verified through one of the legitimate accrediting agencies for higher education in America is not that hard. The rest of the world is like outer space to the average American intellectual or professional. They don't know if they're dealing with a real university or a fake one, or a real accrediting agency or a fake one. This is why the police and other elements are pushing for a main accrediting board both nationwide in the United States and in the world as a whole. If you're an employer and somebody puts a resume in front of you from a foreign country, in order to avoid being duped, have it checked out professionally. It's not enough to Google the university name and the accrediting agency, because they could easily have fake websites made to look all good. Instead, look for lists of legitimate universities and colleges to see if the particular college you're checking out exists. Then if it does, you have to contact their registrar's office to determine if your candidate went to it and graduated as he or she claims. Under the main accrediting agency for colleges and universities in the United States, the Council for Higher Education Accreditation, CHIA.org, there are 6 regional ones across different geographic regions. The Council for Higher Education Accreditation along with the federal U.S. Department of Education also accredit about 60 smaller accrediting agencies for specialized schools. This list of accrediting agencies is on the CHIA.org website. There are also trade and professional organizations which often have standards before they allow an individual to become certified as a legitimate person in their fields. There are also a few organizations set up to accredit continuing education and distance learning like the following. Accrediting Council for Continuing Education Training. 1200 19th St. Northwest. Number 200. Washington, D.C. 20036. 202-955-1113. Fax, 202-955-1118. ACCET.org. Distance Education Training Council. 1601 18th St. Northwest. Washington, D.C. 20009. 202-234-5100. Fax, 202-332-1386. DETC@DETC.org. DETC.org. Beyond these, most others are fakes or only pseudo-legitimate. Except for a few indirect state laws regarding fraud, nobody polices anybody setting themselves up as an accrediting agency. Anybody can set one up for anything, for business schools, cooking schools, home study schools, etc. The only true test for these pseudo-legitimate accrediting agencies is does academia, the government, business in general and other entities within that particular field accept this accrediting agency as a legitimate, honest purveyor of truth and standards. I'm not saying that all accrediting agencies not recognized by the Council for Higher Education Accreditation are not any good and probably a bunch of frauds, operating for selfing reasons. They might be doing good work in policing the schools in their particular field, it's just that the CHIA doesn't recognize them. It's up to you to trust your intuition and do some research before you fork over money to any school, particularly if it's a home study/distance education thing, done wholly through the mail and over the internet. What's the good of a diploma from a con artist? College accreditation websites. ope.ed.gov/accreditation/search.aspx, accreditation search school. ed.gov/admins/FINA-ID/AC-CRED, about accreditation of schools. ed.gov/admins/FINA-ID/AC-CRED, accreditation in the United States, recognized agencies. ope.ed.gov/accreditation, college accreditation. Accreditation websites from ed.gov/accreditation. Is my school accredited? ope.ed.gov/dapip, look up a school. Accreditation contact information. ASL Records Manager at ed.gov. 202-453-7615. Information on accredited institutions. ope.ed.gov/accreditation/get download file.aspx, accredited schools. ope.ed.gov/accreditation/search internships.aspx, accredited internships, residencies, or programs. ed.gov/admins/FINA-ID/AC-CRED/summary outcomes data.xls, performance data by accreditor. Accreditor recognition criteria and process. ed.gov/admins/FINA-ID/AC-CRED/accreditation.html number sign overview, overview. Information on recognized accreditors. ed.gov/admins/FINA-ID/AC-CRED/accreditation_pg6.html number sign regional institutional, institutional and programmatic accrediting agencies. studentaid.ed.gov/sa/data-center, FSA Data Center. ed.gov/admins/FINA-ID/AC-CRED/index.html !src == more, more accreditation information. Check to see if a college is offering an accredited program at ed.gov/admins/fina id/accred/accreditation_pg6.html #sign regional institutional. Accrediting Commission of Career Schools and Colleges. 2101 Wilson Boulevard Suite 302. Arlington, Virginia 22201. Tel. 703-247-4212, fax 703-247-4533. accsc.org. Accrediting Council for Continuing Education and Training. 1722 N Street, NW. Washington, D.C. 20036. 202-955-1113, fax 202-955-1118. accet.org. Accrediting Council for Independent Colleges and Schools. 750 1st Street NE, Suite 980. Washington, D.C. 20002-4241. Tel. 202-336-6780, fax 202-842-2593. accics.org. Council on Occupational Education. 7840 Roswell Road Building 300 Suite 325. Atlanta, Georgia 30350. Tel. 770-396-3898, 800-917-2081, fax 770-396-3790. Council.org. Distance Education Accrediting Commission. 1101 17th Street Northwest Suite 808. Washington, D.C. 20036. Tel. 202-234-5100, fax 202-332-1386. Email address, info@deac.org. deac.org. Higher Learning Commission. Degree-granting institutions of higher education in Arizona, Arkansas, Colorado, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, New Mexico, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Dakota, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Wyoming, including the tribal institutions and the accreditation of programs offered via distance education and correspondence education within these institutions. 230 South LaSalle Street Suite 7-500. Chicago, Illinois 60604-1413. Tel. 312-263-0456, 800-621-7440, fax 312-263-7462. hlcommission.org. Middle States Commission on Higher Education. Institutions of higher education in Delaware, the District of Columbia, Maryland, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands, including distance and correspondence education programs offered at those institutions. 3624 Market Street, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania 19104. Tel. 267-284-5000, fax 215-662-5950. info@msche.org. msche.org. Middle States Commission on Secondary Schools. 2004/2014/S2019 Post-secondary, non-degree granting career and technology programs in Delaware, Maryland, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico, the District of Columbia, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. 3624 Market Street 2 West, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania 19104-2680. Tel. 267-284-5000, fax 215-662-0957. msa-cess.org. New England Association of Schools and Colleges, Commission on Institutions of Higher Education. Connecticut, Maine, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, and Vermont that award bachelor's, master's, and/or doctoral degrees and associate degree granting institutions in those states that include degrees in liberal arts or general studies. 3. Burlington Woods Drive Suite 100. Burlington, Massachusetts 01803-4514. Tel. 781-425-7700, fax 781-425-1001. CIHE.neac.org. New York State Board of Regents, and the Commissioner of Education. State Education Department. The University of the State of New York. 89 Washington Avenue. Albany, New York 12234. Tel. 518-474-5844, fax 518-473-4909. Commissioner at NYSED.gov. NYSED.gov. Northwest Commission on Colleges and Universities. Alaska, Idaho, Montana, Nevada, Oregon, Utah, and Washington, and the accreditation of programs offered via distance education within these institutions. 8060 165th Avenue NE, Suite 100. Redmond, Washington 98052. Tel. 425-558-4224, fax 425-376-0596. nwccu.org. Southern Association of Colleges and Schools, Commission on Colleges. Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, and Virginia, including the accreditation of programs offered via distance and correspondence education within these institutions. 1866 Southern Lane. Decatur, Georgia 30033-4097. Tel. 404-679-4512, fax 404-994-6592. sacscoc.org. Western Association of Schools and Colleges, Accrediting Commission for Community and Junior Colleges. 1952/2015/S2018. Community and other colleges with a primarily pre-baccalaureate mission located in California, Hawaii, the United States Territories of Guam and American Samoa, the Republic of Palau, the Federated States of Micronesia, the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands, and the Republic of the Marshall Islands, which offer certificates, associate degrees, and the first baccalaureate degree. 10 Commercial Boulevard Suite 204. Novato, California 94949. Tel. 415-506-0234, fax 415-506-0238. ACCJC@ACCJC.org. ACCJC.org. Western Association of Schools and Colleges, Senior Colleges, and University Commission. 1952/2012/F2017. Senior Colleges and Universities in California, Hawaii, the United States Territories of Guam and American Samoa, the Republic of Palau, the Federated States of Micronesia, the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands and the Republic of the Marshall Islands, including distance education programs offered at those institutions. 985 Atlantic Avenue Suite 100. Alameda, California 94501. Tel. 510-748-9001, fax 510-748-9797. Email address, wasc@wscuc.org. wscuc.org. Accrediting agencies for colleges and universities in the United States. Accreditation costs money, which is why a few well-respected colleges and universities don't go through the process, but most do. Your safest bet is to always go to a college or university accredited with one of the institutions listed below. The major accreditation reference book is the Annual Higher Education Directory. For all intents and purposes, the major accrediting agencies in the United States for an academic college education are two nationally recognized accrediting agencies that all others answer to, and several regional ones. ope.ed.gov/accreditation/search.aspx, accreditation search school. ope.ed.gov/accreditation, college accreditation. ed.gov/admins/FINA-ID/AC Cred, accreditation overview. ed.gov/admins/FINA-ID/AC Cred, recognized accrediting agencies. ed.gov/admins/FINA-ID/AC Cred/accreditation_PG6.html #sign nationally recognized, national agencies. ed.gov/admins/FINA-ID/AC Cred/accreditation_PG7.html #sign regional institutional, regional agencies. Council for Higher Education Accreditation. 1. DuPont Circle. NW. Number 510. Washington, D.C. 20036. 202-955-6126. 202-452-1443. Fax, 202-955-6129. chia@chia.org. chia.org. chia.org/default.asp, Council for Higher Education Accreditation, chia.org/search/default.asp, database of institutions and programs accredited by recognized United States accrediting organizations. General umbrella organization for all higher education. Accreditation State Liaison Division. U.S. Department of Education. Division of Eligibility Agency Evaluation. Bureau of Secondary Education. Washington, D.C. 20202. 202-245-9875. 202-708-7417. 800 USA Learn. ed.gov. Call to determine if a high school or college is accredited. The Distance Education and Training Council accredits online and mail order correspondence high school and college programs. Distance Education and Training Council. 1601 18th St. Northwest. Washington, D.C. 20009. 202-234-5100. Fax, 202-332-1386. DETC@DETC.org. DETC.org. The regional accrediting agencies are as follows. Middle States Association of Colleges, Schools. Commission on Institutions of Higher Education. 3624 Market St. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania 19104-2680. 215-662-5603. Fax, 215-662-0957. msach@aol.com. che-msa.org. msach.org. Accreditation for Delaware, the District of Columbia, Maryland, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands and other locations overseas like the Virgin Islands. New England Association of Schools and Colleges. Commission on Institutions of Higher Education. 209 Burlington Road. Bedford, Massachusetts 01730-1433. 718-271-0022. Fax, 718-271-0950. neac.org. Accreditation for Connecticut, Maine, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Rhode Island and Vermont. North Central Association of Colleges, Schools. Commission on Institutions of Higher Education. 30 North LaSalle St. Number 2400. Chicago, Illinois 60602-2504. 800-621-7440. 312-263-0456. Fax, 312-263-7462. ncacie.org. Accreditation for Arizona, Arkansas, Colorado, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, New Mexico, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Dakota, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Wyoming. Northwest Association of Schools Colleges. Commission on Colleges. Boise State University. 1910 University Drive. Boise, Idaho 83725-1060. 208-334-3210. Fax 208-334-3228. bsu.edu/NASC. boiseestate.edu/NASC. Accreditation for schools in Alaska, Idaho, Montana, Nevada, Oregon, Utah, and Washington, plus the countries of Canada, China, Egypt, Jamaica, Macedonia, Mexico, Panama, Poland, Russia, Saudi Arabia and Western Samoa. Southern Association of Colleges Schools. Commission on Colleges. 1866 Southern Lane. Decatur, Georgia 30033-4097. 800-248-7701. 404-329-6500. Fax 404-679-4556. sacs.org. Accreditation for Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Virginia, and Latin America. Western Association of Schools Colleges. Accrediting Commission for Senior Colleges and Universities. 985 Atlantic Avenue. Number 100. Alameda, California 94501. 510-748-9001. wascweb.org. wasc.mils.edu. acswasc.org. American Samoa, California, Guam, Hawaii, Northern Marianas, Pacific Islands, Asia. Accredited schoolsonline.org. U.S. Regional Accrediting Organization websites. Middlestats.org, Middle States Association of Colleges and Schools. NEAC.org, New England Association of Schools and Colleges. North Central Association.org, North Central Association of Colleges and Schools. NWCCU.org, Northwest Commission on Colleges and Universities. SACS.org, Southern Association of Colleges and Schools. ACSWASC.org, Western Association of Schools and Colleges. MSCE.org, Middle States Commission on Higher Education. msce.org/institutions_directory.asp, institution directory. CIHE.neac.org, New England Association of Schools and Colleges. NCACIHE.org, North Central Association of Colleges and Schools. NWCCU.org, Northwest Commission on Colleges and Universities. SACSCOC.org, Southern Association of Colleges and Schools. wascweb.org, Western Association of Schools and Colleges. MSCE.org, Middle States Association of Colleges and Schools accredits institutions in Delaware, District of Columbia, Maryland, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Puerto Rico, and Virgin Islands. CIHE.neac.org, New England Association of Schools and Colleges, Commission on Institutions of Higher Education accredits institutions in Connecticut, Maine, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, and Vermont. NCACIHE.org, North Central Association of Colleges and Schools, Higher Learning Commission accredits institutions in Arizona, Arkansas, Colorado, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, New Mexico, Nebraska, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Dakota, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. NWCCU.org, Northwest Commission on Colleges and Universities accredits institutions in Alaska, Idaho, Montana, Nevada, Oregon, Utah, and Washington. SACSCOC.org, Southern Association of Colleges and Schools, Commission on Colleges accredits institutions in Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, and Virginia. WASCWeb.org, Western Association of Schools and Colleges accredits institutions in California, Hawaii, and the Pacific. United States grade school, college, and credential transfer websites. USENIC. U.S. Department of Education. International Affairs Office. 400 Maryland Avenue. SW Washington. DC 20202 to 8401. Important, the USENIC does evaluate academic or professional credentials. Fax, 1-202-401-2508. ed.gov. sites.ed.gov/international/what-we-on-u-s-education-n-mobility. United States Department of Education, ed. ed.gov. Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs, ECA. United States Department of State. educationusa.state.gov. Education USA. Resource provides information on studying in the United States. exchanges.state.gov. Council for Higher Education Accreditation, CIA. CIA is an association of 3,000 degree-granting colleges and universities and recognizes 60 institutional and programmatic accrediting organizations. CIA.org. Structure of U.S. education. nces.ed.gov/programs/digest/d17/figures/fig_01.asp?figures. English, Diagram of Education Structure. U.S. institutions and programs. ed.gov/about/offices/lists/us/international/us/edilite-institutions-us.html. Organization of Tertiary Institutions. ed.gov/about/offices/lists/us/international/us/post-cc-inst.doc. English, MS Word document. State role in governing tertiary education. ed.gov/about/offices/lists/us/international/us/us/post-cc.doc. ed.gov/about/offices/lists/us/international/us/edilite-structure-us.html. nces.ed.gov/programs/digest/d11/figures/fig_01.asp. Accreditation in the United States. ed.gov/admin/fina-id/ac-cred/index.html. chia.org/4dcgi/cms/review.html $?cms_document $.id=48%Minuki=main. Career and technical qualifications. ed.gov/about/offices/lists/us/international/us/cte.doc. Quality assurance is administered by non-governmental accrediting agencies. U.S. Department of Education Directory, only domestic institutions and programs. ope.ed.gov/dapip/numbersign/home. CIA database of institutions and programs, including overseas institutions and programs. chia.org/4dcgi/cms/review.html?@****32%Minuki=main. Diploma mills and fraud, detailed information for avoiding unrecognized providers. ed.gov/students/prep/college/diploma mills/index.html. Recognition of foreign qualifications, general information. sites.ed.gov/international/recognition-of-foreign-qualifications. Chapter 2. The Council for Higher Education Accreditation/CIA. The Council for Higher Education. Accreditation/CHIA. Council for Higher Education. Accreditation. CHIA 1 DuPont Circle NW. Number 510, Washington, D.C. 20036. 202-955-6126. Fax, 202-915-0818. chia@chia.org. chia.org. facebook.com/chia.org. twitter.com/chia-news. linkedin.com/company/chia-c. Council for Higher Education Accreditation. chia.org/directories. chia.org/search-institutions.com. About 6,081 institutions listed, no websites. Search for college programs. chia.org/search-programs, over 44,000 accredited programs by type or accrediting organization. chia.org/search-accreditors. A list of accrediting organizations that offer lists of college degrees in America. chia.org/chia-recognized-accrediting-organizations. Council for Higher Education. Accreditation. 1 DuPont Circle NW. Number 510. Washington, D.C. 20036-1135. 202-955-6126. Fax, 202-955-6129. chia@chia.org. chia.org. Accrediting Commission for Community and Junior Colleges. ACOIC. Western Association of Schools and Colleges. 331 J Street. Number 200. Sacramento, California 95814. 415-506-0234. Fax, 415-506-0238. ACCJC@accjc.org. accjc.org. Colleges in California, Hawaii, the Territories of Guam and American Samoa, the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands, the Republic of Palau, the Federated States of Micronesia, the Republic of the Marshall Islands. Middle States Commission on Higher Education. MISHA. 1007 North Orange Street 4th floor, MB number 166. Wilmington, Delaware 19801. 267-284-5011. Fax, 215-662-5501. president@msche.org. msche.org. Delaware, the District of Columbia, Maryland, New Jersey, New York. Pennsylvania, Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands. New England Commission of Higher Education. NEJ. 301 Edgewater Place. Number 210. Wakefield, Massachusetts 01880. 781-425-7785. Fax, 781-425-1001. info@nej.org. nej.org. Connecticut, Maine, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Vermont, and internationally. Higher Learning Commission. HLC. 230 South LaSalle. Number 7-500. Chicago, Illinois 60604-1411. 312-263-0456. Fax, 312-263-7462. hlcommission.org. Any state within the United States or such federally authorized sovereign nation to award higher degrees including associate, baccalaureate, master's or doctoral degrees, both research and professional. Southern Association of Colleges and Schools. Commission on Colleges. Saxe-Scott. 1866 Southern Lane, Decatur, Georgia 30033. 404-679-4500. Fax, 404-679-4528. sacscoc.org. Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Virginia. WASC Senior College and University Commission, DUSCUC. 1001 Marina Village Parkway. Number 402. Alameda, California 94501. 510-748-9001. Fax, 510-748-9797. WASC at wscuc.org. wscuc.org. Northwest Commission on Colleges and Universities. NUCU. 8060 165th Avenue Northeast. Number 100. Redmond, Washington 98052. 425-558-4224. Fax, 425-376-0596. President at nwccu.org. nwccu.org. Alaska, Idaho, Montana, Nevada, Oregon, Utah, Washington, and internationally. Some accrediting organizations for types of colleges/schools. Distance Education Accrediting Commission, DEAC. Leah Matthews, Executive Director. 1101 17th Street NW. Number 808. Washington, D.C. 20036. 202-234-5100. Fax, 202-332-1386. info@deac.org. deac.org. The accreditation of higher learning institutions in the United States and international locations that offer programs of study that are delivered primarily by distance, 51% or more. American Association of Community Colleges, AACC. 1 DuPont Circle NW. Number 410. Washington, D.C. 20036. 202-728-0200, extension 235. Fax, 202-452-1461. aacc.ncha.edu. American Association of State Colleges and Universities. OSCU. 1307 New York Avenue Northwest 5th floor. Washington, D.C. 20005. 202-478-4647. Fax, 202-478-1511. aascu.org. American Council on Education. ACE. Ted Mitchell, President. 1 DuPont Circle NW. Number 800. Washington, D.C. 20036. 202-939-9300. Fax, 202-464-4899. President at ace.ncha.edu. asenet.edu. Association of American Universities, AAU. 1200 New York Avenue Northwest. Number 550. Washington, D.C. 20005. 202-408-7500. Fax, 202-408-8184. aau.edu. Association of Specialized and Professional Accreditors. ASPA. 3304 North Broadway Street Number 214. Chicago, Illinois 60657. 773-857-7900. Fax, 773-857-7901. ASPA at aspia-usa.org. aspa-usa.org. National Association of Independent Colleges and Universities, NAACU. 1025 Connecticut Avenue Northwest. Number 700. Washington, D.C. 20036. 202-785-8866. Fax, 202-835-0003. nicu.edu. Association of Public and Land-Grant Universities, APLU. 1307 New York Avenue Northwest. Number 400. Washington, D.C. 20005. 202-478-6040. Fax, 202-478-6046. aplu.org. Regional accrediting organizations recognized by the Council for Higher Education Accreditation. chia.org/regional-accrediting-organizations. Accrediting Commission for Community and Junior Colleges. ACOIC. Western Association of Schools and Colleges. 331 J Street. Number 200. Sacramento, California 95814. 415-506-0234. Fax, 415-506-0238. ACCJC@accjc.org. ACCJC.org. Associate Degree Granting Institutions, with authorization to approve career or technically oriented baccalaureate degrees, in colleges in California, Hawaii, the territories of Guam and American Samoa, the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands, the Republic of Palau, the Federated States of Micronesia and the Republic of the Marshall Islands. Higher Learning Commission. HLC. 230 South LaSalle. Number 7-500. Chicago, Illinois 60604-1413. 312-263-0456. Fax, 312-263-7462. hlcommission.org. Degree Granting Institutions of Higher Education incorporated in or operating under federal authority in the United States, and that have a substantial presence, as defined elsewhere in HLC policy, in the United States. Middle States Commission on Higher Education, MISHA. 1007 North Orange Street. 4th floor, MB number 166. Wilmington, Delaware 19801. 267-284-5011. Fax, 215-662-5501. president@msche.org. msche.org. Degree granting institutions which offer one or more post-secondary educational programs, including those offered via distance education, of at least one academic year in length at the associate's or higher level in Delaware, the District of Columbia, Maryland, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands and any other geographic areas in which the Commission elects to conduct accrediting activities within and outside of the United States. New England Commission of Higher Education, NEJ. 301 Edgewater Place. Number 210. Wakefield, Massachusetts 01880. 781-425-7714. Fax, 781-425-1001. info@nej.org. nej.org. Regionally accredited colleges and universities in Connecticut, Maine, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Vermont, and internationally. Northwest Commission on Colleges and Universities, NUCU. 8060 165th Avenue. Number 100. Redmond, Washington 98052. 452-558-4224. Fax, 425-376-0596. President at nwccu.org. nwccu.org. Post-secondary degree granting educational institutions in Alaska, Idaho, Montana, Nevada, Oregon, Utah, Washington and internationally, and the accreditation of programs offered via distance education within these institutions. Southern Association of Colleges and Schools. Commission on Colleges. Saxe-Scott. 1866, Southern Lane, Decatur, Georgia 30033. 404-679-4500. Fax, 404-679-4528. Bewheelin at saxcock.org. saxcock.org. Higher education in Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Virginia, Latin America and other commission approved international sites, including the accreditation of programs offered via distance and correspondence education within these institutions. WASC Senior College and University Commission, Duskuk. 1001 Marina Village Parkway, Suite 1402, Alameda, California 94501. 510-748-9001. Fax, 510-748-9797. WASC at wscuc.org. wscuc.org. Institutions of higher education in the U.S. and internationally that offer the baccalaureate degree or above. A list of all the organizations accredited by CHIA. chia.org/accrediting-organizations-recognized-CHIA-names-only. Regional accrediting organizations. Accrediting Commission for Community and Junior Colleges. Western Association of Schools and Colleges. Higher Learning Commission. Middle States Commission on Higher Education. New England Commission of Higher Education. Northwest Commission on Colleges and Universities. Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges. WASC Senior College and University Commission. National Faith-related accrediting organizations. Association for Biblical Higher Education Commission on Accreditation. Association of Advanced Rabbinical and Talmudic Schools. Accreditation Commission. Commission on Accrediting of the Association of Theological Schools. Transnational Association of Christian Colleges and Schools. Accreditation Commission. National Career-related accrediting organizations. Distance Education Accrediting Commission. Programmatic accrediting organizations. Accreditation Commission for Audiology Education. Accreditation Commission for Education in Nursing. Accreditation Council for Business Schools and Programs. Accreditation Council for Pharmacy Education. Accreditation Council for Optometric Education. Accreditation Review Commission on Education for the Physician Assistant, Inc. Accrediting Council on Education in Journalism and Mass Communications. American Academy of Forensic Sciences Forensic Science. Education Programs Accreditation Commission. American Board of Funeral Service. Education Committee on Accreditation. American Council for Construction Education. American Culinary Federation. Education Foundation, Inc. Accrediting Commission. American Library Association. Committee on Accreditation. American Occupational Therapy Association. Accreditation Council for Occupational Therapy. Education. American Physical Therapy Association. Commission on Accreditation in Physical Therapy. Education. American Podiatric Medical Association. Commission on Podiatric Medical Education. American Psychological Association. Commission on Accreditation. American Veterinary Medical Association. Council on Education. Association for Advancing Quality in Educator Preparation. Association for Behavior Analysis. International Accreditation Board. Association of Technology, Management and Applied Engineering. Aviation Accreditation Board. International Commission on Accreditation for Health Informatics and Information Management Education. Commission on Accreditation for Marriage and Family Therapy. Education. American Association for Marriage and Family Therapy. Commission on Accreditation for Respiratory Care. Commission on Accreditation of Allied Health Education Programs. Commission on Accreditation of Athletic Training Education. Commission on Accreditation of Healthcare Management Education. Commission on Accreditation of Medical Physics Education Programs, Inc. Commission on Opticianry. Accreditation. Commission on Sport Management. Accreditation. Council for Accreditation of Counseling and Related Educational Programs. Council for Interior Design. Accreditation. Council for Standards in Human Service Education. Council for the Accreditation of Educator Preparation. Council on Academic Accreditation in Audiology and Speech Language Pathology. American Speech Language Hearing Associate. ION. Council on Accreditation of Nurse Anesthesia Educational Programs. Council on Accreditation of Parks, Recreation, Tourism, and Related Professions. Council on Chiropractic Education. Council on Social Work Education. Commission on Accreditation. International Accreditation Council for Collegiate Business Education. International Fire Service. Accreditation Congress. Degree Assembly. Joint Review Committee on Education in Radiologic Technology. Joint Review Committee on Educational Programs in Nuclear Medicine Technology. Landscape Architectural Accreditation Board. American Society of Landscape Architects. Masters in Psychology and Counseling Accreditation Council. National Accrediting Agency for Clinical Laboratory Sciences. National Association for the Education of Young Children. Network of Schools of Public Policy, Affairs, and Administration. Commission on Peer Review and Accreditation. Planning Accreditation Board. Psychological Clinical Science Accreditation System.